For more than 30 years, in over 40 countries, in all 50 states, Essential Partners has helped people live and work better together by building trust and understanding across differences. Essential Partners was founded as the Public Conversations Project, or PCP, in 1989. One of our first and most formative projects was a confidential dialogue between pro-choice and pro-life leaders after a tragic clinic shooting in Greater Boston.
The pro-choice people were afraid there would be another attack. The pro-life people were afraid there would be a retaliatory attack against them. If you want to change a dysfunctional conversation, you have to create an environment in which people feel safe enough to be able to listen differently and to be able to speak their strongly held views in ways that don't simply piss off or alienate or injure the other party. What we did was to develop a really versatile methodology for engaging differences, particularly differences involving values and worldviews.
These people were as committed to their position as I to mine, and that I felt that we could develop a relationship, and we did. We came to love each other in spite of the fact that neither one of us changed our opinion in the least.
Part of what I think PCP has to offer to the world is a space in which it feels safe to speak about what is most important to you in a way that you can be heard. I can disagree with you and I can like you, and I can advocate passionately against you on that issue and still live with you.
There can be enormous interpersonal and social utility to having a conversation where the purpose is really just to try to understand somebody who sees the world differently. That was a huge insight for me, and those insights run throughout my work and certainly throughout difficult conversations.
Our approach, reflective structured dialogue, can heal communities after years of conflict, repairing the trust, rebuilding relationships, and making space for unheard voices. The goal is not to erase difference, but to embrace our differences.
The goal of this project is the inclusion of refugees in Jordan, to promote multiculturalism and create a sense of appreciation and of diversity and communal living.
I learned that disagreement can be surrounded with so much grace and love and even humor, and that forgiveness happens in the midst of it all.
What I'm taking from this dialogue is that there are a lot of perspectives, obviously, about this issue.
I think right now we're so polarized in our beliefs that if you don't believe like me, then you're wrong. And not being able to say, hey, we can have a difference of opinion and still get along. We don't have to agree, but at least hear me out so you can know where I come from.
The dialogue really opened up a bunch of viewpoints for me. I was able to discuss some hot topics in a nice, safe environment where there wasn't really high tensions. There was still emotion and validity, but it was very open and you were able to share.
To transform your community, it is essential to have trust and mutual understanding first. The work of dialogue makes real change possible.
I think we have this beautiful mix where we're able to say, we're going to talk about what's important to people, but we're going to talk about that in a way that allows people to communicate about why that's important. And in those spaces, that's where we can come together and find a way forward together that might not be kind of tied up in a beautiful bow of an agreement, but will probably last longer and be more full.
We have some antidotes that can fight back the ideologies of terrorism, fanaticism, and other sorts of violence in this world.
Using a facilitator, using processes gets more done, gets more results. It makes creating participation easier. I think that's probably been our greatest organizational impact, is more contribution. So we're getting stuff done.
As we build on our past work and look forward to the future, what was true at our founding is still true today. We remain dedicated to creating a world of thriving communities, strengthened by difference, connected by trust.
Ladies and gentlemen, diversity and working with each other and standing up for each other and being a true community is not something that you do on Monday and forget about it by Friday.
The Public Conversations Project Dialogue promotes that mutual humanity of feeling. No matter how divided you are, we are all human beings.
So let us go together as one humanity.